body travels the given space mapping the ecosystem. Subjectivities are transferred to cyberspace. The environment is in a delimited process of constant mutation. By using my body, I find that my potency is limited. Desire drives my physiological behavior. My interaction with space describes my contingent nature. Anyway, a complex organism of subjectivity seems to own my self-perception.
I walk on the street. My perception is altered for a short time. I find myself out of place. The utilities of my organs are of no use to me at this time. The street is a network of desires that appear in my sight. My nostalgies would like to generalize in an unlimited political organism. The man created God in his image and likeness. The man hates his own condition because it is subject to limits. The desire is to engender an artificial double of the human species, understanding that this replicated human could overcome the vulnerabilities to which they are subject. The contemporary body is tied to the virtual ecosystem. The human has always tried to transcend his physiological and cognitive limits.
More effectively, the desire detaches into virtual capital turnover. The tech generates transforming cycle to reorganize it, where the technique is not neutral on our use independent. Artificial temporary machine is intended to manage human affairs.
This technology or techno-ideology is a form of anti-humanist utilitarianism that, in the contemporary general context, is transforming human ecologies into virtual spaces of desire, destined to incessantly generate increasing cycles of capital turnover, where the technique is not neutral, nor does it depend on our uses. The contemporary artificial human machine is intended to reorganize and manage human affairs more effectively.
disrupted in more or less expected ways. Driving triggers signal lack, require input. I do my best to appease the waves. Solitude brings about conversation with the self and thus with the other. The limit that spills about rendering difference precariously pinned in place. A conversation with the other within the self, or that is none other than the self, or that the self dissimulates its own hollowness. Nostalgia projects a real reality, other than, that never was in fact. It then projects a potentiality hidden in impossibility, and that of a past that has flown. It isn't the frail child, but the formless life that I now fancy myself with the tools to furnish. However, the possibility is blocked by present circumstance. A process of situating ourselves in the best possible reality, one of invalidation of possibility, runs through this nostalgia at a super-individual level. If identities like the coupling of men in land and women in care and reproduction of man, built upon necessitating the bodies, are dissolved and then recast into reified form, a beard or a shirt as signifiers of man only validates a void idea, some arc. However, this very vacuum is evidenced by the empty signifiers. Criticism of the presumed free market of self-expression is itself an empty signifier pointing to a moral order from which to designate the other, as if we were not all immersed in the same social relational pool. Not a lost essence, but the demolition of the idea of essence that leads the driving interrelation.